Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get into Ready to Love Season 7, Episode 1, 16 Sexy Singles. So I did not do Ready to Love last season. I had to take a break. But we are back for what looks like a second installment in Miami. So if you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns on various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. So, if you enjoy that type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel, thumbsing up the video, hopping into the comment section so we can talk about any and everything that happened in tonight's intro episode. All right? So, biggest difference is Tommy announces that there's going to be initially 16 singles this go around. 8 men, 8 women. They are acting like it's such a drastic change from the 20. Yes, it's two less people, y'all. It's literally two less people. And everyone's like, oh, I gotta be more intentional. It's two less people. You should have the same intention that I would think you would want to be more intentional if there's more women. But whatever. So he also then says that welcome back, and he brings back Rashid and Simone. Whatever season they were on, I did not watch, but I don't understand the purpose of them being back. I personally don't understand the purpose of them being back. So they're like going around talking to all the different couples. It's just weird, and like I feel like it's wasting time that these people could have been spent talking to the other dates. It just seemed like a waste of time to me. But sure. So, first off, we get Mercedes and Anthony. They seem to hit it off right away. Anthony is a nurse practitioner and she's a flight attendant. Anthony does have a daughter. They're very, they had good conversation that was a little flirtatious. She's, I wouldn't mind being a stepmother. So, I feel like they had a really good vibe going between the two of them. We have Morgan and Tony. They are talking. Morgan had the braids. Tony had on the dark purple shirt. Tony said that he has 2 kids. And they talk about how he has 2 boys. She said that she comes from a Morgan is not the one with the braids, is she? I think that was Mercedes. But they talk about how both of them are very spiritual. He has the 2 boys. She says she comes from a family of girls. So she wants to get some more testosterone going through the family. Tony has like the smoothest, deepest voice. Oh my God. So, oh my God. Love Tony's voice. He's very handsome too, but I would have heard his voice and been like, who is that? Who is that? Who is that? So we have them. Then we have Demario and Corvea. Demario is like one of the 5 men that have light eyes on this season. Okay. I like Demario though. I think Demario is handsome, and I like Demario's like laid back but very assertive vibe that he had going. So they talk about they're in like a group setting, right? So it's Corvea, who is the attorney. There is Demario, who I believe is an entrepreneur, and then there is Lyndon. So they're talking about therapy. Demario said he has absolutely been to therapy. Corvea was like, great, because it's kind of a deal breaker for me if a guy does not go to therapy, because that means that you don't take yourself serious and I take myself serious. How you gonna take both of us serious if you don't go to therapy? And meanwhile, Lyndon is sitting over there like, so I'm thinking, okay, Lyndon, you don't believe in therapy. That's the vibe that I was getting from you. So then it goes on to her saying that she also wants a man that lives alone. She doesn't want to have to deal with the roommates and stuff like that. Demario was like, I live alone, baby. There ain't nothing. Nothing. Lyndon, on the other hand, is over there just. So I said, oh, so you got a roommate. So Lyndon is feeling like she's being very judgmental and critical. And she was like, so you don't live alone? And he said no. He said in his defense, his landlord told him about a month before that he had to move out. That's fine and dandy. That does happen. I live in the Midwest, okay? So I am not paying anywhere near Miami prices. So I don't want to judge because there are circumstances that come up, but I also don't think that it is terrible of her to want to date a man that lives alone. I don't want to date a man that has a roommate. I don't have a roommate. I live alone. It is me up in here. So if you're coming over here to see me to kick it with me, it's not a okay, we're gonna be in the living room now type situation. You're worrying about who drank the apple juice. You're worrying about all this other stuff. So I don't see an issue with her at the ages that they're at with her wanting to date a man that does not have a roommate. However, Lyndon is, I guess he's offended, but I feel like a hurt dog is gonna holler. So then we have Dre and Marcia. So Dre is corny. He's cute, but he's corny. So he's already made it very clear that he is short, which we knew because we saw a lot of the women, walking past him. walking past him. I feel like this is just not the show for Dre. Because when you put somebody like that is on the shorter side, especially a man, he's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. So when he's talking to Marcia, their conversation didn't really get romantic. It was just kind of like, oh, so where you from? Where you from? Okay. So my experience is, oh, okay, cool. It was very like, I'm doing this for because I have to type of situation as opposed I'm doing this because I honestly and truly want to. So it starts to drizzle. She finds the first out that she can and gets up and skyrockets out. She was saying that she's a tall woman. She wants to feel a little more feminine with a guy that's taller than her. I am a tall woman. I'm 5'10". So I definitely want to date a man that's taller than me. Like I already tower over people. I don't want to tower over my dude too. So I mean Dre is cool, but I wasn't surprised with what happened later. So then we have Jeffrey and Andre. Andre's hair is distracting. So Andre has this little situation. It's like a frohawk, which I didn't even know men still did that, especially at that age. But he has a little frohawk, and then he ever so gently curls out a little Michael Jackson in the front. I don't like it. It's distracting. Every time he was on scene, it's literally all I could do was look at it. So she said that she was initially attracted to his accent. Jeffrey said that her world is her three kids. She has three kids. She didn't mention if she would want more or not. And I believe Andre said he was open to talking about kids. This kid thing is something that comes up often. What I really, really wish they would do is with these seasons, either it's a season with everybody does want more kids or it's a season where everybody does not want kids. Because I feel like it takes up, and it's a very important conversation to have. But when you get to being people like Blake or Jeffrey that have three kids and more than likely don't want more, then I feel like it kind of ostracizes them from the rest of the group. So we then have Blake and Natasha. Blake is too old for that hairstyle. I'm sorry. Blake is 44 years old. He is too old for the high top frohawk. Like, no, sir. Absolutely not. So he said he doesn't like online dating. He believes in meeting people more organically. He said the key to that is to put yourself in situations and go to places where you can meet people. That's fine. That's a very valid statement. He then says that he already has three kids. I forgot their ages, but they're rather they're up there. I think he said 19, 22, and like was it 14? He definitely said like two are like out the house. So the way that he talks, wow, and I hate to say alpha and beta, he's a very alpha man. But the way that he talks comes across as condescending. And it's something that Natasha picked up on right away. And so she said in her confessional that he comes across as arrogant. So I think she felt intimidated by him. So she immediately tells him, I don't like guys that are too good looking. Basically on some, I don't want you. And he was like, why? Oh, okay. So Blake is already 0 for 1. Then we get this awkward, very cringe scene of Rashid and Simone proposing. According to all of y'all on Twitter, this was like staged, and some people were even posting like pictures of their real proposal where it looked like they wore the exact same outfit. What is this foolishness that you're doing on? What was the point of doing that? To try to convince people that yes, the show works. Yes, it works. Could y'all imagine if Married at First Sight did that and brought out the like five couples that have survived and had them come out and talk to the people that are just, what are you doing? That was like, this was so dumb and a waste of time. No wonder people weren't making like strong connections that night. It was so much foolishness going on. Who had time to? Silly. So then we get Demario and Z talking, and Z is saying, she seemed very superficial with her answers. So I see what some of the guys were saying. Whenever they were talking to her about like, so what are you looking for in a guy, she gave very vague, superficial answers. So that's why a lot of them really didn't have that connection with her. So Demario, she asked him about him, was a little bit about yourself. He's he lost his sister to breast cancer. So he does have a nephew from that sister that lives with his older sister down in Texas, he stated. His parents are divorced. So, like, she's asking him, so have you ever had like a bad date? And he was like, I don't have bad dating experiences because I bring you into my world. So, like, a date might be going to Target or something like that, which I think is a really good idea. Um, it's a more relaxed, casual type of situation. I think the whole dinner and drinks is played. You know what I mean? Let's do something fun. Let's do something different. Don't want to go to the movies on the first date either. But I think stuff like that is, let's do something where we can stay sober. So we can get to really know each other. But Demario left their interaction feeling like he didn't really get to know anything about her. And then she like jokes about being a virgin, which was weird. Anyways. So then we have Blake. So all the guys are talking in a group setting. It's like three guys and maybe four, I think 3 or 4 women. So they're all sitting around talking, and Blake said, oh, I don't want any more kids. I have 3. I'm done. 87% sure that I'm done. So one of the ladies gets up and was like, that's my cue, and she leaves. So then Blake and Corvea are talking. And she's asking, so you're sure you don't want kids at all? He said 87% sure. Now, in his confessional, he's saying that, he has done all that. He doesn't want to be saving for college funds when he would rather be thinking about retirement. In the group setting, he's like, yeah, because I don't want to be having to go pick up formula. I'd rather be jet setting off to an island. Again, it's valid. That's fine to feel that way. But I think in Blake's case, it's delivery. It's delivery over content. Because nothing he's saying is like super horrible. It's all in his delivery and his tone. So Corvea was like, oh, okay. So he's asking her, what is your cutoff age for children? And she was like, I don't have a cutoff age. I'm excited about having kids and I'll have kids. So then he tells her, well, if the father is not around, you're just going to have a broken child. And I wanted to say, you, Mr. 3 baby mamas, because they ask him, are your 3 kids all from the same mother? No, 3 different stages in my life, 3 different mothers. It's like the way that he comes across, we would not get along, not even as, I'm going to say communicators. We would not get along, not even as just like associates. I don't like people that have this air about them. They think that they're just better than anybody else. So I do want to note that he initially kept saying, he told Natasha he didn't want more kids at all. Now it's down to 87%. If the worlds and the moons and the stars and everything aligns and it's with the perfect girl, I could possibly, push out that 13%. By the end of the season, he's going to be down to 50% because I think Blake is just saying whatever he can at this point to not get sent home because he realizes he's striking out with the ladies. There's only 8 there. and you have already pissed off three. Three of them are no longer interested in you. So then we have Tommy doing his customary let me go talk to the guys and the ladies and see who you're feeling, who you're not, so that he can make the determination on who to send home. So the guys are feeling Morgan, Mercedes, and Jeffrey. They are not feeling Z, Corvea, and Natasha. We know why Blake said Corvea. So he talks to the ladies. They are feeling Tony, Andre, and Demario. They are not feeling Lyndon, Dre, and Blake. Not surprised at all that Lyndon, Dre, and Blake were who the ladies said. So we get to the end with the chopping block. Blake and Dre are on the chopping block getting ready to head home. And I'd be damned if Blake is confused. Why are you shocked? 3 out of the 5 women don't see it for you. You probably didn't even get a chance to talk to the other 2, of course. But ultimately, Dre got sent home, which we knew. Women don't want short men. So then as far as the women, it is Z and Natasha that are on the chopping block. And Natasha gets sent home. And I was kind of shocked because we didn't see Z. We at least saw Natasha talking to a couple people. We saw Z talking to Demario, I feel like, and that was it. So Dre and Natasha got sent home tonight. This was a lot. This was a lot of episodes. It seemed like not a lot happened, but just some of the conversations, the feel that we got from everybody, tonight, this is going to be a rough season. It's going to be a rough season, y'all. But let me know what you guys thought about tonight's episode. How do you feel about the people that did get sent home, the ones that did stay? Who are your favorites? Who don't you like? Let's talk about it down below in the comments, and I will catch you guys in the next one.